So it was back in about 2010, collaboration between our group in CNM and Jeff Elam's group over in Energy Systems invented this technique we call sequential infiltration synthesis, or SIS for short, which is really just a way to grow inorganic materials inside of polymers. And we had this spark of an idea just about 2 years ago that we might be able to use SIS to create a sorbent to soak up oil, to deal with oil spills in water. And the idea is that we can transform polyurethane foam, like is found in seat cushions, into an oil sorbent by first doing SIS on it to put a metal oxide into all the little fibers that make up the foam, and then using that to bind very strongly some molecules that make it oleophilic, oil-loving, and hydrophobic, water-hating, so that you could plunk one of these sponges down on an oil spill in water and it'll soak up oil and not water. Before we ever went out and told the public what we were doing, we made sure to interface with legal and also with communications to put a plan in place to protect our intellectual property and also to build a marketing plan before those results were ever out there in the public. And it turned out shortly after we had this idea, the United States Coast Guard put out a funding opportunity announcement looking for exactly that, new ways to clean up oil spills in water bodies. And so we were fortunate to get a project funded with them, and that ultimately led to this thing that we now call Oleo sponge. So after we had our results from the Coast Guard project, we were ready to start sharing it with the public in concert with that marketing plan that was developed with TCP and communications all along. So we could do a controlled release of the information. And we were fortunate that thanks to an AP story and some other stories that went out there as part of this plan, it went viral. And we had coverage from all the major media outlets that are out there. And that led to this unusual situation for Argonne where instead of us going out and trying to advertise our technology to the world, they're coming to us and asking us for more information and wanting to partner with us. So our hope is that one or more, maybe many more of these inquiries that we've had come into the laboratory will turn into partnerships, CRADAs or other types of partnerships with these commercial partners to develop the technology from the lab scale to a manufacturing scale, and then to put it out there into various market spaces where it could have a real impact. And one of the obvious ones is to address oil spills, but we really believe that this can be a platform technology that can have applications well beyond oil spills. So at this point, everything seems to be unfolding as well as or better than we could have hoped when we started this whole process, and none of that would have been possible if we had not worked closely in partnership with legal, TCP, and communications from the very beginning.